Hi, welcome to Jolly Taiji 5 minutes breathing for relaxation and vigilance. My name is Erik Stout and in this video you will learn 1. Why connecting the breath to Taiji movements can promote both relaxation and vigilance. 2. A basic philosophical principle of Taiji practice. 3. How you can use this playlist. 1. Why connecting the breath to Taiji movements can promote relaxation and vigilance simultaneously. Breathing happens mostly automatically. Yet various forms of Hindu, Buddhist and Taoist meditative breathing techniques have proven, both empirically and scientifically, that by learning to direct our breathing movements, it becomes increasingly easier to deal with stressful situations, calm and reasonably, while at the same time our general state of being becomes more vigilant, which in its turn makes it easier to deal with stressful situations, calm and reasonably. So the obtained calmness empowers vigilance and vice versa. Now, Taiji and Qigong can both be regarded as forms of moving meditation, because to perform a particular move slowly, you need much more focus and awareness than when you're walking, for instance. Moreover, the minute your mind wanders off, the flow of the form is broken and you can start all over again. I found that out the hard way while undergoing an 11-month Taiji and Qigong training in a traditional Shaolin in China. Because as a physio and massage therapist with a big interest in human behavior and psychology, I wanted to find out how such an experience would affect my body and mind, which I'll go into in another video. Vigilance can be increased by learning to direct our complete focus and awareness on the Taiji and breathing movements. Furthermore, when all available focus and awareness are directed towards Taiji and breathing, at that moment they cannot be directed at anything else, like our usual mental chatter and clutter, for example. So in that way, this practice can simultaneously induce relaxation. Moreover, Taiji movements bring another peculiar and very effective insight to gain or regain balance. Namely the understanding that balance consists of a never-ending dance between opposites, like day and night, summer and winter, breathing in and breathing out, for example, where the one always follows the other in an endless dance, like the black and white fishes following each other endlessly in that beautiful yin-yang symbol. Yet as sensible as that might sound, many of us still frantically try to obtain pleasure and avoid pain. Therefore, coming to terms with the understanding that pleasure and pain will always follow each other like sunshine and rain, the ceasing of forcefully trying to obtain the one while avoiding the other makes large amounts of energy available to us, which we can then put to use for things we actually enjoy doing. Which brings us to point 2, a basic philosophical principle of Taiji practice. What makes Taiji practice fit for becoming aware of what it means to be balanced is the awareness that is being placed on the fact that limbs are ceaselessly either moving away from our body or back to it, and that while making spinal rotations, we continuously turn from the center to either side and back to the center. That might sound obvious. Yet what makes Taiji stand out as a method to experience that the opposite poles of every contradistinction continuously change into one another is that by means of the practice you're going to actually feel what it's like to be the contradistinction yourself. When you push your arms forward, at some point they're fully stretched and you can't push any further. The push then turns into its opposite, a pull, where you return the arms in the direction of the trunk. Now, it's impossible to move your arms or legs indefinitely away from your body, nor is it possible to indefinitely move them back. Pushing at some point inevitably has to turn into its opposite, pulling. And then together, the pushing and the pulling form a whole in which they continuously alternate. In the same spirit, we can directly experience that it's impossible to exclusively breathe in and never breathe out, or vice versa, and that if one pole ceases to exist, like breathing in, the other will disappear at the same time. Since that is the case for every contradistinction or every pair of opposites, Taiji makes you directly experience the inevitable imbalance that arises when, for example, you develop a preference for your right leg over your left leg, because then you will fall over all the time. Therefore, by placing our awareness on the circular and cyclic movements that we can observe anywhere in nature, we playfully become more aware of our own nature, which is a constant balancing act between breathing in and breathing out, waking and sleeping, eating and excreting, for instance. We've then stepped onto the path towards developing and cultivating acceptance and compassion for ourselves. And while doing so at the same time for everyone else. Because as the Tao Te Ching aptly states, with compassion for yourself, you unite everyone. 3. How to use this playlist. In every video, we'll use different Taiji moves and connect them to our breathing movements. Subsequently, we'll connect the movements to the concepts of giving and taking, so that we become playfully aware about the grave imbalance that arises when we exclusively take or give. So, for Taiji breathing, as a general rule, we can state that giving is pushing out plus breathing out, or giving is rotating from the center to either side, breathing out, while taking is pulling in plus breathing in, or taking is rotating from either side back to the center, breathing in. In practice, that looks like this. Giving, breathing out, taking, breathing in. Giving, breathing out, taking, breathing in. Or giving, breathing out, taking, breathing in, giving, breathing out, taking, breathing in. Moreover, we're going to make the breathing movements longer in each video. So also the Taiji movements become slower and slower. The first video starts with movements of 4 seconds, which increases in every video until we finish the last video with 10-second movements and breaths. Now please, remember that breathwork can induce powerful physical and emotional reactions. Therefore, always read the disclaimer in the description of the videos and make sure to look after your health and safety by listening to your body. When it says stop, make sure to stop and either take a break or abort the session and continue later. Then, all the Taiji movements in these videos are interchangeable, so you can use movements of the 4 seconds video in the 8 seconds video and so on. Also, if there is a change from one move to another in a video, but you are in a nice flow and you want to continue the move that you're doing, feel free to do so. Make it your practice. Furthermore, the videos in this playlist can also be performed while sitting down. However, it is recommended to use a stool, a physio ball, or anything without a backrest or armrests so that you have sufficient room to move about your arms and torso. Also, don't worry too much about how you perform the Taiji moves. The main purpose of this playlist is to become completely aware of your body and your breathing. Remember, Taiji is really about you, about rediscovering how you breathe, how you move, how you sound, how you manifest yourself, how you feel. It is as Master Huang Chungliang says, Taiji is really about rediscovering something in yourself, and that can only happen through consciously experiencing yourself. For the purpose of learning to feel and experience yourself, there will be included in the description of the videos a measuring device with which you can measure your subjective experience regarding the perception of your balance, relaxation, vigilance, energy level, and joyfulness level. By means of this device, you're going to experience how it feels to put the spotlight on yourself. and simultaneously learn what kinds of effects these or other exercises have on your self-perceived mental and physical well-being. Moreover, if you wish to add parameters that you'd like to measure for yourself, feel free to do so. Again, make it your practice by learning to trust your judgment. Finally, feel free to leave comments, questions, or any other feedback in the comments below, and enjoy your practice.